What is up, guys? Poledoo here. Welcome back to some more of our Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hope's Journey. We have just started the third and final path, Scarlet Blaze. We're not officially in the Scarlet Blaze section, but we did our intro chapter 2, chose our Shez, our baguette, chose the house, did the chapter 2, and we are moving on to chapter 3, which should be... You know, chapter 2 is the same map, but all the dialogue is different per house.
Prologue.
This will be
the
real first
Adrestia.
new mission.
Upon his return to Garreg Mach, the humble Tomas shapeshifts and flees, and not even the Knights of Ceres's most concerted efforts can track down the erstwhile librarian. Meanwhile, Edelgard seizes upon Monica's rescue as a chance to start down a radically different path than she had originally planned.
Okay.
Things went like clockwork with Monica.
I was like, yeah. Monica is actual character now. We did recruit her, so I'm interested to see what she's all about. I don't know when we'll get to use her.
Thanks to
the first few
Professor
maps,
Yaritza playing his part so ably.
we don't have the choice.
And equally to those arrogant fools for letting their guards down.
I doubt we will see such fortune next time.
Next time? Don't tell me.
The moment has come to take matters into our own hands at the Imperial capital. This is our chance to finally be rid of them.
But, Lady Edelgard, we aren't ready. We'll need an entire host to keep them in check.
And we have one. The Church.
Forgive my impertinence, but that is not the plan.
You are the man who once told me to leave no sword in its scabbard.
Yes, but one must also take care not to wound themselves when unsheathing it. I am sorry, milady, but this plan is ill-advised. I cannot support it. And even if I were to ignore common sense and go along, it still throws our future plans into disarray.
I thought you devised countermeasures to deal with the Church. Use them.
But those were meant for... Very well. Are you absolutely certain this is the path?
I am anything but certain. Yet the bandit attack in the mountains created an opportunity we cannot ignore. And I doubt the appearance of this new mercenary is simple coincidence. Plans can be rewritten, Hubert. Either we're doing this, or we're not. Will you sit around and wait for a miracle? Or will you help me seize control of my fate?
I am with you, Lady Edelgard. As ever. Then let us walk forward on this path and see where it takes us.
That line about the host, that's... After all that, I was hoping maybe that would be more clear. No, it's still kind of vague what they're talking about. Like, we have an idea just based on 3 houses and seeing what she does in the other 2 paths, the 3 hosts. But as far as specifically, this is the plan and goal. We have yet need to find that out.
I apologize for bringing this to you on such short notice, Archbishop.
Not at all, Edelgard. But might I ask, what prompted this sudden desire to return to Enbar?
We believe one of Tomas's collaborators may have infiltrated the capital.
My word!
Tomas tended the library at Garreg Mach for decades, with nary a blemish on his record. And then, without warning, he drops his disguise and reveals himself to be a vile sorcerer of terrible ability. Someone at the capital also fits that pattern. A man we know all too well.
And who might that be?
My uncle, and regent of the Empire, Bokhard von Arundel.
His lordship briefly defected from the Empire before reappearing several years later. But he returned a changed man, and began seizing power almost immediately. Witnesses claim he wields dark magic in secret, and is able to change his appearance at will.
That does sound suspicious, if these witnesses can be believed.
I would ask that you do believe them, as the information comes from my own House Vestra.
I see. And when you return to the capital, how do you propose to deal with this uncle of yours?
Lord Arundel has the support of a number of influential nobles, including the Prime Minister, Duke Eyre. And while we have allies of our own, it's likely they'll require some convincing. To that end, we wish to bring our friends here at the Academy, their daughters and sons, with us under the supervision of Professor Yuritsa.
We hoped you would consider deploying the Knights of Seros, so the Imperial Army doesn't get any strange ideas.
You wish to march on the Empire? With the Church's knights at your back?
Bro, imagine, like, at the end of this is an academy, right? These are essentially, you're talking to the deans. Like, hey, you want to help me invade my home?
Your support would give credence to our claims.
Additionally, the Knights would keep the populace in check upon our arrival, thereby preventing the city from descending into utter chaos.
The more I hear of this, the more credible the threat sounds.
It's clear you have thought carefully and planned well.
We intend to seize the palace with our own forces, and we'll do our utmost to contain the conflict there. But we still need your help. Please.
I have two conditions. The first, when you capture Lord Arundel, he is to be turned over to the Knights at once. The second, our Knights are not to engage in battle directly.
I would have it no other way.
Step lightly, Edelgard. Should these claims about Lord Arundel prove false, we will take action accordingly. Make no mistake as to who will be held accountable.
Understood. But please know we have nothing to gain from deceiving the Church.
Very well. I will summon the Knights
I don't
and
know
let
about
you
that one.
instruct them as to your plan. May the Goddess watch over you all.
About Edelgard asking for help from the Church.
Well, that was certainly an unexpected conclusion to the whole Tomas saga. Thanks to his shapeshifting ability, he slipped free of the Knights and escaped.
Shape-shifting.
Yes, that's what I said. Also, I know what you want to say next. His powers are just like the ones you gave me.
Say it.
His powers are just like the ones you gave me. Are you in league with him, Arval? Where do these powers come from?
If I am in league with him, no one has informed me. All I have is you, my dear partner in destiny. Still, I saw what you saw. Clearly, we don't have a monopoly on shapeshifting.
Now that everyone knows about Tomas, some of them must have connected the dots back to me. At least they've had the grace to keep it to themselves.
It's because they trust you. Hold on, someone's coming.
And with that, like, we kind of know there's some
there
sort
you
of
are.
body takeover, and that's kind of what I'm thinking whenever Hubert mentioned host. But maybe host has a different connotation, especially when dealing with like royalty and political whatever. But just from things, especially from Azure Gleam's point of view, with Cornelia being heavily implied to have been essentially a skinwalker after a certain point, because she was not herself.
Something wrong?
I must return to the Imperial capital soon for an important matter. Will you join me? Most of the other Black Eagles are coming.
What's this about?
I fear I must keep that to myself until we're closer to the capital. But I promise you this. There will be battle, and you will have a chance to shine.
Are you sure? I mean, these powers I have...
Are like the ones Tomas used? Yes, that is a bit disquieting. Still, you've given me no reason to mistrust you. You could have wrested yourself free of us from the start, but instead you chose to stay here at the monastery. You fought by our side and helped us save Monica. I think I can give you the benefit of the doubt. But here's my true proposal. If you accompany us, there's a good chance you'll learn where your powers come from.
Ooh, now that is intriguing.
In that case, I accept. Thanks.
Okay. Monica is now playable. Temporarily parted ways with Ferdinand. A lot of people. Okay. Wonder what sort of battle we're in here for. I should ask around and find out. The only one I really want to talk to, well, I guess, I mean, I have to talk to like all the class.
If you would.
So sure, we'll do this together. I don't.
Excuse me.
Over
Why not?
here.
Especially you. This I was about to say, the only one I really want to talk to is Monica, because we haven't. Perfect timing. I want to thank you again. I meant to earlier, of course, but things have been quite hectic recently. Well, Lady Edelgard unfortunately did not tell me every single detail. It sounds like you played a big part in my rescue. So thank you for that. I mean it. Respond with humility? Oh, I didn't do that much. Edelgard was the one who really saved you. No, you one-shot the jail keep. Still, I'm glad you're safe. So if I played some small part in that, then all the better.
I agree.
Well, then I'm expecting even greater things from you once we reach Enbar. Let's go to the furthest and work backwards. Yuritsa. I have a contract. That is the only reason I am here. Are you working for someone outside the church?
So basically...
So is this contract separate from your work or the academy? Or with the academy? Yes. Good talk. Oh, though, okay. If we're using these two, I guess we'll have to see. These two are level 50. So,
Well...
might have a real strong crew this map. I can't put my finger on it, on why, but I have a strange feeling about all this. Maybe it's because I wasn't expecting to return to the capital this year. Isn't the group we're going with a little unusual, too? Ferdy, Caspar, Lynn, and Byrne won't be joining us. I'm surprised that most of the children of the 6 great noble families stayed back at Garreg Mach. Oh, but of course Hubie had to tag along. Anyway, it really makes you wonder who exactly will be fighting. I do not wish to be speaking out of turn, but Lady Edelgard is surely having many enemies.
My word is a bond.
When we arrive at Enbar, I'll be fighting to my utmost. I fight not just for the Empire, but for Bridget as well. They have fates that are intertwining. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but they hired me to do a job, and that's what I'm gonna do. Especially if everyone is relying on me. Your being here is reassuring. Now let us fighting together and bringing about victory. Right, and then, oh. Who? Oh, Hubert, of course.
If I may.
Given your past, I hardly think it necessary for me to ask after your readiness for battle. We will be counting on you in Enbar. Be the sword in Lady Edelgard's hands and smite her foes. Also, you should know that victory in tomorrow's battle will hold great significance for yourself as well. Oh? Care to say that again in a way that makes some kind of sense? I thought it was perfectly clear. Lady Edelgard has spoken on the matter of your power, yes? That said, perhaps you're not understanding the situation means we all can rest a little easier. Alright, and finally...
Do you have a moment?
We'll be entering Enbar tomorrow, so rest up and restore your strength. That bad, huh? Yes, we're expecting it to be quite the battle, but I look forward to seeing what you can do. Sounds rough. Who are we fighting? Oh, no one of particular importance or concern. Still, I'd prefer to wait a little while before disclosing that information. In that case, I'll make sure my gear is ready. Thank you. Oh, and perhaps now might be a good time to speak with the others. Seeing you calm and collected should help soothe the nerves of any who are anxious in the shadow of battle. Already did. Oh, and then speak with her again. Thank you for speaking with everyone. It's grown quite late. You should rest up for tomorrow. Let's get it.
What? Solan's been unmasked.
You know, I think this is the first time this game has even shown Arendelle. He's been, you know, talked about. And of course, Talus has made appearance. But Arendelle himself, like, as he appears here, I think this is the first time.
Yes, my lord. Rooted right out of the monastery.
Also, what did you say? Solan's been unmasked. Okay.
First Kranya's debacle, and now this. What in the world is going on?
I know not, my lord. What are we to do?
Keep our composure for a start. Send word to the kingdom and see that Cleobulus is informed. Tell him to remain prudent. If he must go into hiding, so be it.
At once, my lord.
Yes?
But Cleobulus, we found out, is Cornelia. And interesting they say he. So the whatever inside her is skinwalking has male pronouns.
Lord Regent, I have urgent tidings to report.
You may enter.
Forgive the intrusion, my lord, but we just learned the Knights of Seros march on Enbar. Their purpose is unclear, but they will arrive by morning. We've been turning ourselves upside down to make ready.
The Knights of Seros? Oh. Do you think?
There's only one person who could be behind it. How dare she bare her fangs at us? They may already be within the palace walls.
That's a good cheese.
Mobilize the guards and search. If anyone so much as looks at you askance, kill them on the spot.
Yes, my lord.
Damn, all right.
Her Highness has given the signal, Valdemar.
Already? I thought they
Valdemar.
were still negotiating.
The situation must have changed. Our children are still at Garrick Mach, after all.
Things are moving rather quickly. Okay.
I admire how strong she's become. I just wish we'd had more time to appraise her competence.
Well, if she's caught us with our breeches down, imagine how they feel. I can't wait to see the confused look on those dastards' faces. Oh, I'm going to enjoy every second of this.
As if you'd be content to watch. Once the battle starts, you'll be knee-deep in gore with all the rest, which means I'll have to make it clear where I stand. We can't afford to tear the Ministry apart by having the pen and sword at odds.
Okay.
These
And
are
that
your
is
instructions.
Lynn's
I
father.
imagine they may not come as a surprise to many of you. For some time now, Enbar Palace has been infested with the same darkness you saw in Tomas. They have made a puppet of the Emperor and plot with disloyal subjects to seize control of the Empire. Our objective is to stamp these traitors out, seize the palace, and reclaim the Empire for our own.
You realize it's just us, right, 80? That sounds kind of impossible.
Still, the Empire is having many soldiers. Perhaps you could be changing their minds?
Those who can be won over will be. And the realization they are fighting the Imperial Princess ought to dull the others' blades. We have also secured the cooperation of several nobles inside the palace.
Very impressive, Your Highness. And very you. I suppose all that remains is to head inside and take care of business.
Give a stirring speech.
Just you watch. We'll take them all down and have the bards singing our names by nightfall.
So here we are, ready to deal a masterstroke to the heart of the mighty Empire. Life with you certainly isn't boring.
We'll infiltrate the palace through the rear gate, then apprehend Lord Arundel and Duke Ire. From there, we'll secure the palace's strategic positions, eliminating all resistance we encounter along the way.
If that is our plan, then time cannot be wasted.
You can hear them scrambling in the palace from here. Let's not wait for them to find their bearings.
Lead the way, Your Highness.
Oh, and make sure to keep her safe, Hubert. You know every square inch of that place, after all.
Just mind you don't fall prey to your own distractions.
These villains have had free run of my house for too long. Today, I take it all back.
All right, what a chapter 3 this path has. Defeat Duke Iron Lord Arundel. Yep. So am I able to swap any of these around? Yes. Okay. We've used Edelgard, we've used Hubert. So we're gonna do the 3 we haven't, 2 of them being level 50. So they are gonna be plenty strong for this. But Monica, you are the, well, we'll go over all of them. But Monica, let's see, abilities, Wicked Impulse. Strike with the right timing to generate a small shockwave imbued with an element corresponding to the attack. Huh. Okay. A timing thing, immediately I'm just like, I don't know that I want to deal with that, but we'll see. Shrewd Operator, slightly increase the damage dealt to enemies afflicted with a status effect. Okay. Perfect Memory, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30% in order to guard. Sure. Petra, Windstorm, greatly increases evasion distance. Dodges inflict moderate wind damage. Cool. Okay. Hunter's Boon greatly restores the awakening gauge with each critical hit. We do have some crit stuff on you for that. And Outland Technique, when ordered to attack, increase damage by 50%. Cool. And there's the Dorothea, Prismatic Resonance. So we've kind of seen this a little bit when she's been on the maps in previous paths, with just the little musical note thing, and that was from her. Gain a high chance to spawn musical notes around the unit when performing regular attacks. Attacking the notes triggers elemental shockwaves. So it sounds kind of similar, almost, to Constance, where she has kind of a bubble shotgun, but instead there's bubbles that will spawn around us and then we have to pop them ourselves. Songstress greatly restores surrounding allies' HP and awakening gauges when the unit completes a warrior special. Okay. Center stage increases damage dealt to enemies by 50% in order to seize. All right. Well, we got 13 minutes, 1,000 enemies. Let's see how this goes.
It was easy enough slipping in the back. The knight's unexpected visit must have thrown the court into disarray.
In that case, we'd best find and apprehend Duke Ire and Lord Arundel before they grow wise to our schemes.
Duke Ire should be in the throne room. We'll enter through the back way.
Okay, and yeah, it doesn't look like we, well, for now, these are completely blocked off. Okay.
Yes, that way he will never see our coming. But we must hurry.
The guards along the way are in Duke Ire's employ, so deal with them as you must.
Wait, so, hold on, let me reread. She doesn't have a button to press. I thought it said something about shockwaves, right? I expected it to be a shockwave on press, where... Oh wait, no, time thing. Okay, where... Ah, I see. Okay. It's red.
It's not over.
Okay. So I can't tell. I mean, the elements thing is just kind of whatever in general. There's Duke Ire. That might be good, like, insurance as a caster, since you are so vulnerable almost all the time.
Surrender, Duke Ire.
What in the... No! Seal the gate now!
To the main gate and is escaping. Okay.
Complicates things. We'll have to cut around through the gardens.
Send soldiers to the gardens! I want a sword on every path between myself and those rats.
Doesn't knock back every time. Okay, circle around. Okay. That's the way I have to go.
He's already lost. So let us break through and prove it to him.
Physical attacks, magical attacks. Yeah? Yeah. Where it's like, yeah, you're getting beat up. Let's go to Dorothea. Meteor, okay, that's neat looking. Also lasts a long time, I see. Thoron. I was like, let me angle it so I take out the knight captain over there as well.
No offense, but what's to stop him from running away?
Oh, I already solved that particular problem.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we're super effective against them with a magic damage.
Show the Duke your true allegiance lies with the Empire.
So does this follow me? It kind of looks like it might.
Apologies, Ludwig, but if you want to leave, it'll have to be through me.
Oh. Yes, hello.
And if you want back in, you must go through me. Although I must seem like nothing in comparison to that bear at the front gates.
True. Wow, yeah, it looks like
Preposterous.
that's pretty cool.
Wait, so those are the nobles you won over? When did you find the time to orchestrate that?
Now that we have Duke Aya pinned down, let us clip his wings.
Can it pop? It can. I've not had a unit with meteor before. That's pretty cool. I haven't really told any of them to go anywhere specific. Let me do that, I think. Let's see.
Here I
Edelgard.
go. Know that they must learn who they're up.
Right then.
Hubert.
Let us go to work.
I will gladly handle this.
Monica. There, I guess.
Orders received.
Begin.
Petra, go
The Sky
here.
Spirit watches over me.
Leave this one
And
to
we
me.
are gonna go. Wait, someone. I was like, someone's not appropriately targeted.
I've
There
got
we go.
this.
Okay. So they're like, it kind of almost reminds me of Ignaz's personal with the random elements, but having to manually detonate them.
No. You're still outnumbered, and this isn't done until I say it is.
So I don't know what class I actually am right now. No, it's a full-on Grimoire. Okay.
It's finished, Prime Minister. Lay down your arms and surrender peacefully.
I want to go to Petra.
Lords, I don't care if you bring the palace down around us. Just do it.
Take a breather.
I'm swapping in.
Oh. Okay.
There's
Okay, so you did that. You know
Not
what?
a problem.
Oh, I do not
a
have
problem.
access. That's fine.
Move out.
Just go open that. I was like, I don't have access to Shadow, whatever.
Leave this one
Shadow
to me.
Step.
That's my
Okay,
cue.
you go there.
I will gladly handle this.
You help
Orders
there.
received. Shooting at us?
All right.
We should probably do something about that.
Oh. 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 Wow. Okay. I don't know what I expected based on the description, but not this.
The ambitions of Ludwig von Eyre won't be broken.
I can kill you with just the dash.
How can you speak? I have riches.
That's sick.
Power. I am as great as a man can be.
I really like that.
Well done, everyone. That just leaves Lord Arundel.
Yes, but he is the one we need to worry about. Keep moving and remain alert.
Duke Aya's been captured already. The wretch didn't even have the grace to buy me some time.
Good old Sagittarius. How we doing on, okay, 300
well,
more?
I've little interest in facing Bergie. So it's time for me to deploy my wild card.
What is Walls of Darkness? Defeat the mysterious mages. Okay. Did you open that? You did. The gate is now open, so you go way down there.
Here I
Edelgard.
go. No mistakes.
Go down
must learn
there,
who
I
they're
get. You know
up
what? Let's have.
Leave this one to me.
Wait, they're all. I'm trying to look at the map. It's like, how do I think this is a completely new map too. For once. There's so many copy-pasted maps. I actually think this one is a unique one.
That's my cue.
You'll find your way up there somehow. As will I with Petra
I will gladly handle
somehow.
this.
You
Orders
go in there.
received.
And I think that's everyone. Oh wait, no, Hubert.
Right then. Let us go
there.
to work. Dark magic. Find the casters and strike them down so we might dispel this sorcery.
Come, Valdemar. You and I can split up and sweep the palace.
A fine idea, Cole. Let us make clear to these fell warlocks that they are most unwelcome in this place.
I'm afraid to consider how we'd stand without those two on our side.
This ability makes me wonder, like, how is this dodge on a mage? I mean, I'm probably still animation locked, so I probably can't use it to animation cancel or anything. That's really what I want more than anything on a mage. Animation canceling.
We'll have these defenses crippled in short order.
Keep it up. We
But
must
wow.
eliminate the mages.
These are definitely the same people who kidnapped me.
I haven't been paying attention, like,
All magic and no
does it kill the
muscle.
shitters?
I'll snap you like twigs.
You know, it may benefit
Not
us
quite.
to learn more about this dark magic.
All right. Let's go here. You know what? Yeah, Shadow Blade so I can get all of that. 5 more. All right, we're good. As far as the S rank goes, we have everything we need. Did Shez do the thing?
Not a problem.
Yeah, never mind. Go back to Petra. Petra's fun as hell. All right.
We are fighting on the side of Conquerors.
I was not expecting Petra. I mean, I never really looked at her in the other path, but
The barrier should disappear.
wow.
That still didn't stop them. It seems they came prepared for any eventuality.
Quickly now. We need to reach Lord Arundel before he slips through our fingers.
So far, the Merc missile, or Merc whistle, whenever we get it, I can see just going to Petra so I can give this to someone else.
Wretched vermin.
Her Highness will receive no quarter from us.
Hubert, you finally said something I like. Now let's go stamp them out.
Where's Edelgard?
Here
I at least
go.
want her
Know
in
that
there.
They must learn
Because
who they're
I
up
have a
against.
feeling the dialogue is gonna be nice. So we're gonna take the scenic route. While she, you know what? Let me do this. You know, except for Dorothea. Dorothea might. Well, if I'm not controlling them, they're really bad.
However, you clearly have no concept of how terrifying I can be.
Banish the darkness, and the terror will fade as well.
That takes care of the cleanup. I think Her Highness should be very pleased with me indeed.
Whether or not she is pleased with you should be of secondary concern. The most important matter is what benefits Lady Edelgard.
Did they make Monica into a new Fae?
Are you starting
Is that what
to
they're
understand
doing?
The situation you're in?
All right, Sagitate, pop him.
Equally
Oh, he's a
fragile.
lit. She's just sliding. Oh, cutscene.
I know when I am bested.
Not happening!
I mean,
We are the darkness itself, and the darkness cannot be slain.
He escaped.
Cowardly of him. But we can take comfort in our victory either way.
Yeah, I guess.
Now what?
Are you kidding me?
well, she has an axe in that
When
hand.
mercs celebrate a win, we slap our open palms together like that.
Did you really have to high five? Huh.
A commendable victory, Lady Edelgard.
Huh.
Thank you, Hubert. Still, I don't much like how those rats managed to keep skittering away.
I imagine that guy's pretty close with Kranya and Tomas, since he shapeshifted and all.
Yes. They are all part of a clandestine organization attempting to conquer Fódlan from the shadows. Those who slither in the dark.
Huh. Never heard of them.
So, what is the plan now, Your Highness?
We make ready for my coronation. Hubert, gather everyone in the throne room.
At once, Your Highness.
Oh, this is wonderful! Your Highness is going to become Your Majesty!
Yes, but first I must speak with the Minister of Domestic Affairs, as well as the other counts. Also, I need you to go to the Knights of Seiros. I wasn't expecting all of you this soon. What are you doing here?
We demand an explanation. You arrested my father, Edelgard. How could you do such a thing without discussing it with me first?
I'm probably not getting the finer points here, but you basically defeated both my father and Ferdinand's. Is that right?
I wasn't fighting
Yeah, I was
your
like, we weren't
father,
fighting
Gaspar.
yours,
He was
no.
aiding me, as was Count Hevring.
So, what about my father? Did you arrest him?
Unfortunately not.
Hmm, okay.
Look, I'm sure you have your reasons for all of this, but maybe you should sit down and talk us all through it.
And I intend to. We'll reconvene later and clear everything up then. Monica, join me. We'll talk as we go.
Okay. Honestly, as far as the chapter 3 like opening, this might be one of the strongest ones. We're about to hit a 2-year time skip, so it's gonna like we're about to just skip a whole bunch of things. It's just gonna be exposition dump, but
I must
it's a pretty strong opening for this path.
I must.
One step.
I imagine.
Who knew that?
And you say I have 2 years to complete these preparations.
In cooperation with Count Hevring, of course. You and Hubert can finalize the details later. As I won't be choosing a prime minister for some time, I realize this may result in extra work for you. However, that also means more latitude to do things as you see fit, so long as you ensure we're prepared for a 5-year war.
I will not rest until I discover a solution, Your Highness. So long as our military leaders don't tread on my toes, I shouldn't have too much difficulty.
For something this big, you better believe we'll have plenty of need for resources. Leave it to a narrow-minded quill carrier like you to call that treading on your toes.
In Her Majesty's name, I will decide what is and isn't appropriate regarding your needs. Also, anyone would seem narrow-minded when compared to a swollen-headed juggernaut such as yourself.
A juggernaut, huh? Yeah, I like the sound of that.
I see someone allowed his sarcasm lessons to lapse.
Moving on. Lord Arendel's followers will doubtless attempt to interfere, so we'll need to keep a close eye on them. Once Count Varley joins us, we can discuss the matter I mentioned further.
It seems he's just arrived, Your Majesty.
Apologies for my tardiness. Gregoire von Varley at the court service. My, but attendance seems light. Where is the Lord Regent and the rest of our noble six?
Duke Eyre stands accused of treason and has been dismissed as Prime Minister. He currently awaits judgment in one of our finer dungeons. Lord Arundel is a fugitive from the same crime, and will be taken in soon. Dead or alive, it makes no difference.
Well, this is a rather shocking turn of events. I had no idea Ludwig was capable of such things. Still, rest assured that I am nothing like him.
Indeed. And as for the others,
His eyebrows are a different color from the rest of his hair.
Negotiations.
Why just his eyebrow?
And my father, the late Marquis Vestra, perished in the struggle to capture Dukaya.
What? What do you know? Did you murder your dad?
Which makes me the new Marquis Vestra, and Minister of the Imperial Household.
Ah.
Wait a minute. Just like nonchalantly in the background. All right.
You've nothing to fear, Count Farley. Her Majesty intends to bestow a great honor upon you.
Majesty? Wait, you mean...
The title hasn't been formalized just yet, but as it stands, you should view it as a foregone conclusion. More importantly, Count Varley, there is a very important position I wish for you to fill. I intend to rebuild the Southern Church, and who better to be the bishop than you, our Minister of Religious Affairs? I will make my case to the Archbishop personally.
Thankfully, Lord Arundel and his men are no longer around to obstruct such a move.
You would bestow such a position on me? Make no mistake, it is a great honor, but are you certain?
Very. Now then, your first duty in the role will be to oversee my coronation. Do not fail me, Bishop.
Okay.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you enjoying your stay at the palace?
I feel uncomfortable.
I'm a merc. I don't really fit in, you know?
Understandable. Everyone here either is a noble themselves or serves one. However, that will change. As Emperor, I plan to end discrimination based on social status. Everyone will have a chance to rise to the top, whether they are born into the aristocracy or not.
No more nobles or commoners, huh? That does sound pretty great. I'll be impressed if you can actually pull it off.
Oh, I will. But at the moment, I have a proposition for you.
Go on.
We've successfully expunged the Prime Minister and the rest of that puppet government. But a certain amount of unrest is unavoidable. Which means I must remain here in the capital. In other words, I can't go back to Garrick Mach and continue my studies.
What about the others?
Our noble families will be in disarray as we transition to my system and new heads of household take power. Of course, some, like Dorothea, are not as affected as the other students. But all of them have offered to stay and help rather than return to the monastery without us. If you'd be willing to do the same, I'd like to offer you a top post in my new military.
Now there's a tantalizing offer. It's not like you have any real obligation to the church. Plus, it sounds like quite the thrill.
I'm more of a hired sword than an officer.
Which is why you're perfect. Hubert wants to recruit mercenaries such as yourself and form a new unit. I can't put some noble in command of them. That would be ill-advised. But they would listen to a capable fighter such as you. You're Hubert's first and only choice.
I don't know if I really have the experience for it. But if you have that much faith in me, I won't let you down.
All right. And there it is. Prologue done.
Arundel and Duke Ire. Edelgard quickly arranges for her coronation, her eyes now fixed firmly on the monumental task laid out before her. All the while, the kingdom of Fargus is thrown into unrest over the right of succession, while the Leicester Alliance finds themselves pitted against an invading Almiran horde.
Awkward pause.
Realizing the troubles of Fódlan will fall squarely on her young students' shoulders, Archbishop Rhea closes the Officers' Academy and permits her charges to return home.
Okay. Yeah. I think that had the strongest, like, because chapter 3 really is the path opening. Really. Like, it's the finale of the prologue, but it's like, all right, this path truly begins here. And I would say it probably had the strongest one. I'm surprised. Pleasantly so. We'll see how quickly things devolve, because I have no faith, but we'll see. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.